guys, I had a dance on Friday. It was a Halloween dance. And yes, I did my makeup as a zombie. I was mimicking the zombie from the show Walking Dead. If you've seen that show, it's a great show. I recommend it for people who are zombie fans. I'm sure there's going to be a zombie fan out there. Let's talk about this new device. Um, it's called the S Box Spirit Box, and it allows you to talk to the dead or ghosts or spirits. This you can get off a shop called Ghost Stop for ghost hunting equipment. That's where I got Boo Buddy from. And they sell like EMF meters, K2E meters, trigger bears like Boo Buddy is a trigger bear for child spirits. Basically, what you would do is take your toy, your favorite toy, leave it in a room, and if there's a ghost in that room of a child, it will play with that toy. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll find the toy on the floor. If that had been the case, if you have a child spirit in your house, so try doing that if you feel you have the spirit of a child, because the child spirit just wants the toys to play with. So leave a toy in a room overnight, have a toy inside the room, and if there's a child spirit and you wake up in the morning, you'll see the toy on the ground. That's the sign it came to play with your toy. Always leave toys out for child spirits. I like to do that. I like to attract them. They're kind of interesting. They do like toys, and if a child spirit walks by Boo Buddy, he will say stuff like "Brr, it's cold. Let's go investigate," and all that. He does 40 phrases for child spirits. He talks in the way a child would by coming forward, as children have a hard time coming forward, so Boo Buddy is there to help them in a way. The child spirit, why it died, the age. He doesn't ask them really how they died, because they died some way that we probably have. They'll tell you if they want to. Spirits are kind of shy when it comes to. But never ever ask any spirit box or any communication that attracts spirits when you're gonna die. Never ask a spirit box that. It can lead to complications. It's not a good idea. You never ever ask a Ouija board when you're gonna die. That's a very bad idea, by the way. Those who do don't know the consequences. There are consequences doing that. I have never asked a Ouija board when I'm going to die. Personally, I don't like death. It's a very frightening thought that is real life. I mean, that's a scary thought for young children, because children fear death. You know why? I think they don't want to face reality, right? Because their parents taught them to fear it. And I think we were taught to fear by our parents usually. That's just my opinion. Now, back on to this. A spirit box just allows you, through a static channel, talk to a ghost if your house is haunted. And if there is a ghost, it will come through the static and say something like hi, and you will say hi back. Or if you ask if there's a spirit in the room and it comes through the static, it will say yes, or reply in a way a spirit would reply. It might tell you why it haunts your house. There might be a reason behind it. Don't freak out. That's not a good idea to show a spirit you're afraid of it, because it makes it more aggressive when you tell a spirit you're afraid of it. They kind of don't like that because they sense it. I don't know. Animals and sparrows and certain birds can see ghosts. Apparently, animals are more in tune with spirits than we are. They're more into the spiritual world than we are. Sometimes even dogs bark at ghosts. I mean, they can see things we can't see. So, what do you ever wonder why your dog stares at a certain area or looks at an invisible thing we can't see, but the dog sees it? You gotta wonder if it saw a ghost. Now, maybe it did. Every time your dog stares at a wall or stares at something you can't see, it doesn't mean there's nothing there. It can see something, it's detecting something, and you may not know it, but there may be something there. So check it out. Next time you see your dog acting strange, growling at invisible things, they're not invisible. Only the dog can see, maybe. It could be a ghost your dog is growling at. Next time, check it out. There's always a reason a dog barks at the window. I mean, we find it like, oh, it's barking. What does it want? I mean, maybe it wants out. Maybe it wants to walk. Maybe it's telling you something. Maybe it saw something. If you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. They can see things we can't see. They can hear things from a distance we can't hear. If children were from 5 feet away from your house, not on your property, but just 5 feet away from your house, a dog can hear it. They can hear a pin drop if someone dropped a pin. Now, maybe I couldn't hear it, but the dog could. Very sensitive hearings dog have. A dog is sensitive to hearing things that we can't hear, and people sometimes mistake it as, oh, the dog is not well, it's barking at invisible things. No. It could be sensing your house is haunted, it could be a sign your house is haunted. The feeling of being watched is definitely a sign. I would take that in consideration. Hearing footsteps and no one's there, no one's outside is a ghost. Hearing the attic door shut when no one's up in the attic, a ghost. Feeling cold spots in the room, check your air vents and that. But if it's not technical thing, it's not the house settling, it's a ghost. Definitely your house could be haunted. So never take in consideration your house isn't haunted, because it may be without you knowing it. If you hear noises in the middle of the night, your clock stop at 3:07 a.m. or any kind of stopping in the middle of the night is a haunting, because clocks don't just stop like that. It's got to be a haunting. Now, sometimes a ghost may lock the door as playing a trick on you. Not always means aggressive, but if that happens, your house is definitely haunted and you have a poltergeist or an angry spirit. Please check that. If your house and your door is locked for no reason, then there could be a ghost behind that door. I would check it out. If you have any questions about the paranormal, send them to elmasasha3 at outlook.com or sashaelvira90 at gmail.com. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry. Send your comments to elmasasha3 at outlook.com, or you can send your comments to sashaelviragamer at gmail.com or sashaelvira5 at gmail.com. Please send them to one or the other. I would like to hear your thoughts on paranormal beings, peripheral view, or any kind of strange happenings.